Hi, I'm Rascal, professional wrestler, and today I'm going to show you around our academies.
I got my head shaved by a jumbo jet. It wasn't easy.
Come on in. So first things, obviously, it's one big room, so there's no little rooms or anything like that. That's why we're quite limited for storage. But we have a gorgeous facility, a very clean, safe, welcoming environment. Obviously, you can see we've got the judo area itself with the beautiful banners. A lot of history with this club, of course, in the short time that we've been open in just 8 years. And then, of course, the wrestling ring, which catches everybody's eye at the minute. The 12-foot wrestling ring, which is actually, because it's a children's professional wrestling academy, it's actually a little bit softer. We've reinforced the mats, so it's a nice soft landing compared to the ones that we've used on shows. As we head onto the judo mats, so if you check out our previous videos, we've gone more in detail with our academy's history and our accolades and our accomplishments. But we've always wanted a beautiful backdrop for our, obviously our social media, our photos, and we've got these gorgeous banners with all our logos on, the classic sign, the belts as well, which I'll show you the belts. In fact, excluding the black and the white ones, the red, the yellow, the orange, the green, the blue, the purple and the brown actually belong to me. They were my first ever belts. The white one, well, my sparring partner lost it and I was very upset. And then the black one, obviously I wear, so that one's gonna be for the next black belt in line. We'll take you over to here. We've got a beautiful plaque. This was gifted to us at our last anniversary in November, because this obviously explains when we were established. So we've only been open for, well, upcoming to 8 years now, so we're still a young academy, but we are thriving. Whilst we're on the judo mats, we'll take you over to here. Obviously we've got our big entranceway truss, that's for our wrestling academy, that's for the kids to enjoy a great explosive entrance. But what we've got on the wall now, this is what I try and get the kids to understand a lot more of, is the meanings behind these and the value behind these. So I actually had this as our judo syllabus. So this is actually kind of what I'm coaching our kids, with my favourite words bang on in the middle there. So success and happiness, and obviously it's got our own meanings, but I have individual meanings for each one. So I believe you can't be successful unless you're happy. I'll say that again. So I believe that happiness, cut that, I don't know what I'm saying. Let's keep going. I'm going to bring you back obviously into our fitness area. This is where we've trained athletes, national champions, international competitors, or people that just want to come down and enjoy, again, a nice quiet environment which supports mental health through physical fitness as well. So we cater for absolutely anybody and everyone. We've got some cool things on display. We've got some of our past awards here, some nice little touches, some decor, and then we've got loads of things with value and meaning. So we'll start with one of my students here. He's actually this year's Northwest Judo champion. So all his matches are displayed beautifully there. We've got some trophies. Now this is our own trophy. This is the Kaidokan Judo Academy Cup. Now what we do about 3 times a year, the reigning champion will defend that. And it's an open grade, open weight category. So it's a very, very prestige title, that, because your name, if you can see that, will be engraved in the academy forever. Awesome. As you can, if you can scan, we've just got a few nice, again, trophies. We're actually running low on judo trophies, because what we do is, when we do our own tournaments, to save a bit of money, we actually give our trophies away. So I don't really have any more judo trophies, or I'm running low on them because I just give them away to the kids for like player of the year and fighter of the day. So we've got some there. We've got some that have really specific meaning, which hopefully you can see on camera. We'll bring them down later, but they are for our coaching accolades. So we are Blackpool Coach of the Year, Filed Coach of the Year, and a 2-time Lancashire Coach of the Year. And we're also Community Sports Club of the Year. My God, everything of the year right now. We have some things that have deeper meaning than just trophies and awards. As you can obviously read this, we reach out to a lot of individuals here, and this is what gives it a lot of meaning, to be honest. So we've got some nice, beautiful words. People have taken the time to create signs. So I'm very proud that our academy, or our persona and what we're doing in the community, is reaching out to many. We go, obviously I know all of you on camera are now looking at this Pikachu. Now this Pikachu talks. which is very good. This Pikachu doesn't just say Pikachu. I'm going to press it and you probably won't be able to make out what it says, but let's listen carefully. So that says Rascal Army. That's the thing that we've become now. We've become an absolute army. So that's what we say we are. We're a community. Rascal to us is our community. That's what we call ourselves, the Rascals. And Pikachu shouts Rascal Army in a very Manchester accent because Damo gifted us that. He's all the way from Salford, and that was a beautiful gift that for Christmas. And again, that holds proud to the Academy. Still on the same shelf, we've got little things like this, which are the children or parents or anybody using this community are going to subliminally see stuff like this. And this is a quote that is very powerful, and I preach it to the kids. Winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. And this helps anybody deal with people that are mean to them, bullies or people online. Because if people are focusing on you, the losers focusing on winners. Winners only focus on winning. And that helped me get through a lot of, let's say, hate or people just not enjoying our success like we do. We'll pan down, obviously we're going into the more geeky territory now. We have the Dragon Balls. Now I might split the crowd here. Hopefully some of you guys know what these are, so I won't go into too much detail. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, and you'll find this out as we obviously go around the Academy later. But a Dragon Ball, that's an Earth-sized Dragon Ball. I'm going to sound like such a nerd right now. And these ones are the 7 Dragon Balls. If you collect all 7, you get to make a wish, basically. Nerd. Thank you very much. We'll head over to our media wall. Now this, again, obviously we're very proud to boast, we're very proud to display our accomplishments, but we use this as a tool to inspire people. So this isn't here for our own, oh look at me and our own vanity. This is to inspire others to do great things in the community, get noticed with it, and the media have been very kind to us. Things like our open days here with 2 of our students, John and Charlie, from things like winning our awards, supporting individuals through charity work, sports camps, our students crushing it, again coaching awards, and yes, my adventures in the Mr. Swimwear. Thank you for zooming in. For Mr. for Mr. Swimwear competition, my God, that doesn't ever leave me anymore. Obviously cool things here, we host birthday parties as well, which is absolutely crazy, judo and professional wrestling birthday parties. But let's take you around more of else of what we've got. We have this, which I absolutely love. This is our frame. So when we get guests visiting, we obviously get them to go through the frame, they take a picture, and it promotes our socials. But we're very smart to save a bit of money. We have the other side of the judo. One side judo, check out all the socials. And of course, one side, Rascal Academy. We've got our kids shows posters. So we started doing kids shows for our Rascal Academy in December of 2022. Now we've only been going for a year as of this recording, and we've done 3 incredible shows so far. This was our 1-year anniversary show, which I was super proud to have been a part of or been around. The kids crushed it on a new level, and all our professionals, you know, God bless them, they came down and supported our academy, supported our children, and it was one of the best days of my life, to be honest. We have a medal rack. Now these 2 are for the kids, obviously the academy thing. We hand out medals for the shows, but these ones are the ones that hold significance to me. Now, if you've probably seen from some of my wrestling matches, if you follow my wrestling career, you will see that I actually give my medals away, because again, I've already earned what that, you know what I mean, I've already worked hard towards what that medal's gonna give me. So to give it to a kid and see them beam and smile is awesome. But these ones are the ones that hold significance. So for example, this one is a bronze, but this is actually my first ever judo medal. And that's a national medal, that's the Welsh Championships, and I was a white belt, and I competed against, I think, a yellow belt, a blue belt, and a brown belt. And I took that brown belt to the distance, so I was very proud of that one, to earn a bronze nationally in my first ever judo comp. We have, this one is my first ever gold medal as a black belt, so obviously I was very successful winning a few medals here and there as a coloured grade, but as soon as I got my black belt, I was very determined to pretty much win every single championship again, but in that newer category. So that was my first ever comp as a black belt and my first ever gold as a black belt. Next we got Northwest Championships here. This one was open weight and open grade, so that was very significant. And then this one, again, just another Northwest Championship. My goal was always to be Northwest champion and Lancashire champion in the same year, but it never came to fruition. I either won Lancashire's and then missed out on the Northwest, or the other way around. And then finally, one of my favourite medals is this one. Now this is a silver medal, and this is actually the last judo medal I ever got. And it was one of my favourite tournaments ever, and one of my favourite fights, even though I actually lost the final. Basically, I stormed to the final. I think I won 3 fights in under 10 seconds. The other lad on the other side of the bracket won all his fights rapidly, and then we went head down into the finals. His team screaming, my team screaming, and then he won on a single point, on the smallest point you could get in judo at the time. It was called a Yuko, it's a 3-point score. So we ended up winning on points. But it was one of my best fights I've ever had. Of course, benefits of judo. Punch bags, we've got our grappling dummy, which again I've done a video on grappling dummy. If you're interested in that, you can check that out, see some really cool judo throws on that. Loving the British flag up here, it's the biggest British flag I've ever seen. It's got to be off a pirate ship or something, but no idea. A friend of a friend got it, so I'm not asking any questions. Our judo syllabus, specifically for the kids. And then we'll head round here for our final bits, is the displays on the wall. Now this is our history of our academy, and again remember we're only 8 years old, but we have achieved a ton with the trophies that I've mentioned, with our national champions and international competitors. But each one of these tell a story, because we've had 3 separate buildings. This is our 3rd and this is our home currently. But we had humble beginnings at the YMCA. There are all the photos of history in the YMCA. Then we had a building in Lytham, which is the next town on from here. That was our adventures in there. And then this one, we do need to update it, because at the time when I put this up, we were only like a month into this building. So we have some new pictures here, but that needs to be updated, and I'm excited to do that. We still have space for more history. The reason I love having photos on the wall again is I want children to walk in and go, oh wow, I want to work so hard that I get to be on the wall. And you see people that haven't been around the academy for a while pop back in after a few years. They see that they're still appreciated, they see that their face is on the wall. They see, obviously you can see how the kids are growing up, from a kid here that was 8 years old, now another kid here that's, 15 years old. So it's crazy to see them actually growing up through these photos as well. But that's the reason why I like the photos on the wall. It inspires people to say, yes, I want to work hard, I want to be on the wall, I want to have my trophy here at the academy, or whatever we offer from there. This is a cool little, this was a gift as well from one of the wrestling dads, Kyle. It's obviously one of my favourite quotes: alone we are great, together we are unstoppable. And that's the importance of supporting each other and helping each other, because no matter how good you are or how good you think you are, when you support others, when you help lift others up, they will help you, and then you go on to even greater heights and even greater level. And that's what I want to keep, obviously, mentioning to the kids. We have some shiny gold up here. Of course, very proud of these two. The top one was my first ever championship in professional wrestling. It's a regional championship. It's a company based in Manchester. They called me in, we did a tournament for it. I was around some really good people, some great wrestlers that have become great friends, and I ended up winning the final to claim my first ever wrestling title. This one, at the time, this is what it's all about. So even before I joined wrestling, that was the belt I wanted. I was obsessed. It was my screensaver before I even became a trainee. I was super obsessed with that, and I couldn't get through life with not having that. And then thankfully, I remember the date, December 10th, 2022, I was very proud to have main evented our hometown of Blackpool and captured the World Cruiserweight Championship. And finally, it's not my screensaver on my phone anymore. I can finally get rid of that. But that there, of course, that gold on a little bit of leather meant everything to me. And again, we display them proudly to hopefully inspire people as they walk in, inspire the kids. I love putting the belt on the kids' shoulders. They've held that belt more times than I have. And I just love seeing them being, and we can just always remind ourselves that, we can really get stuck in and support each other through whatever we want, whether it's wrestling related, judo related, business, life, relationships, friends. We can really help one another. Moving on, I think to the final pieces, if Mr. Cameraman is comfortable getting in the ring. Wipe your feet. We have, again I said, if you haven't gassed about the whole Dragon Ball Z thing, we have the Dragon Ball Z. This was a gift again. Someone was very kind enough to draw that for me as a Christmas gift. I thought it was the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's obviously a Super Saiyan drawing of myself, and I love that. The two photos here These are very specific because these detail the two most important wrestling dates or wrestling moments of my career. So this was Blackpool Tower, and I'm actually the last wrestler to ever wrestle in Blackpool Tower, which is crazy. That has so much history and prestigeness surrounding it. And I'm wrestling at a man called Big T, who was legit 7 foot tall, about 160 odd kilo. He was a giant. And the storyline that we went for was he was undefeated, never been pinned, never been submitted. And I tried and tried and tried. And I went through everybody until we finally got the big moment where we were main eventing Blackpool, and I finally got that victory, the first man in history to pin that man. In front of all my people, in front of the hometown. You can't write fairy tales like that. That was something else. And then this one is the date I mentioned. That's the night, of course, we captured that cruiserweight title. Again in Blackpool, December 10th, 2020. You can see obviously all the kids storm the ring. Graham Pierce over there beaming. He knew how much that meant to me. And I was just, again, I felt clear. I felt fulfilled that night. That was the last goal that I wanted to achieve in professional wrestling. That was the pinnacle for me, which is incredible. So I'm very proud to display them, and I hope that obviously the kids that I coach, they'll have their own moments that they want to pin on the wall, and we can just absolutely go crazy with putting the kids' special moments, professional wrestling moments on the wall. Maybe take these down and replace them with the kids' moments in about 5 years' time or something. But as it stands, obviously, as I said, it's a very humble academy, or 2 academies, wrestling and judo. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. We've given you a little bit of a tour of what we've got, from the quirkiness to the accomplishments to the achievements, and why we have things on display as well. So it's Kaidokan Judo Academy Blackpool, which is also Community Sports Club of the Year, and Rascals Wrestling, Professional Wrestling Academy, specifically for children, but we are soon launching adult classes, so stay tuned for that, guys. If you want more detail on our academy's history, check out our previous videos. We'll put a link in the bio. Thank you so much.